For the word, phrase, sentence activity, what you're going to do is open your document and type your name. Then you're going to go back to your reading. Read through the assignment and find one word that you feel like stands out, a word that you don't know, or a word that you think helps to summarize what we're talking about. So if we're talking about what caused Earth to tilt, it says, long, long ago when Earth was young, it was thought that something big hit Earth and knocked it off kilter. Maybe I want to know what off kilter means. So why that word? I don't know what it means. You're just going to add that piece into the document. Now, because we're working in groups, you are going to talk about your word and why you chose that word before moving on to the phrase. So if I'm working with Coach Ramp and she chooses the word axis, maybe she picked that word because the word is repeated a lot in the text. That means it must be important, right? So we're going to talk about what word we chose and why before we move on to our next phrase or our next piece of this assignment. So then I'm going to go back and I can skim through the reading again if I need to, or if I remember that there was a specific phrase that I felt stood out in the article or really exemplified or showed what we were talking about in the article, then I would type that in. So I'm going to talk about Earth's axis. And I'm going to say it is repeated a lot when the author talks about seasons. And again, Coach Ramp is going to give her phrase. So maybe she picks Earth's spin around this pole, which we can see over here. Earth spins around this pole. It could be a full sentence. It doesn't have to be from the text. It's just going to be more than one word and a phrase, a piece from the text that you think is important. So then we're going to talk to each other, have a conversation, and share why we chose that phrase. At the very end, you're going to write one sentence that summarizes the entire article or gives the main idea. And we talked about this in language arts this last week, but you're just saying the one, and if it has to be two, that's fine, but you really should summarize everything just in one sentence. And if you look at our title, we're talking about what causes seasons. So really your main idea for this activity should be something that answers the question, what causes seasons, because that's what the entire article is about. Again, please make sure that you are working together because this is a group activity. There should be discussion going on between the students who are both in class and virtual